Well, hello there. This is Magical
Okay.
Messages of Hope, and my name is Debra Taubenslag, and my wonderful guest today is Marlene Leitman, and she's wonderful with aromatherapy oils, and she's going to tell us today how they can heal us on all levels of our being, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And that's a wonderful thing, especially when we're feeling very stressed and or frustrated or angry, because there's different oils for different emotions, and including things that can help us with insomnia and physical pain, and as well as to uplift our spirits as well. So not only is this great for parents, but also for our kids as well. Marlene, tell us Tell us what oils you would recommend for emotional feelings of frustration or anger, stress, and things like that. And is there very specific ones for different emotional needs?
Well, absolutely. And thank you for having me. I'm happy to share a little bit of information. I've been using Young Living essential oils for many years and a wellness counselor for many years. And my friend Anne, who has special needs son, she had, um, you know, had a lot of success. And, her teen loved wearing a bandana. So, for him to go on the bus and be calm, she used specific oils like lavender. We have blends. Also, that it depends on what what scent you really are drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
But the lavender is always an easy one to go to, and it relaxes the nervous system and helps calm it down, especially 20 to 30 minutes ahead of time. So it takes that long to get into the bloodstream, but then it works its magic. So the lavender is
Oh,
one we always go to, even for our dog Buddy, who's 19 and has a lot of anxiety. So the lavender is super. We have some blends that work well, and one is stress frankincense, peace and calming, vetiver, cedarwood. There are many, so you can kind of pick and choose. You inhale it. I like to say you put a drop on your palm, go like
okay.
this, put a cup over your nose, and inhale it several times, and wait for that to take effect, because it goes to the blood brain barrier, crosses very quickly. That's why with children, especially young children, we tell people to uh, just rub a little bit on their feet. If they're under 5, we say dilute it with some coconut. It's very safe, non-toxic, but you dilute it with coconut.
Okay.
It's grade A, so you don't have to worry. And the feed, it goes into the bloodstream quickly, and you get a great result. So
Now
the
you
lavender,
said something. I just need to ask you
yeah,
because I'm really
sure,
fascinated by this. You said that your friend used it for her child when the child got on the bus. So
yeah.
how did he wear it, or
Well,
she
he
wear
liked
it?
bandana. Yeah, he liked bandanas. So she would put a few drops on his bandana.
Oh, how
And that
fantastic!
scent, yeah, so that would really work. You can also get these little clay charms, necklaces to put on. And so, for several hours, that will keep, the effect going.
Well, that was my next question, how
Yeah,
long it
yeah,
lasts.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So then they can either, and what about the bath time?
We don't necessarily like to dilute the oils in hot water, because it kind of breaks down their therapeutic value. So we prefer putting it on pulse points around your neck, carotid artery, your inside of your wrist. Breathe it in and diffusing. Diffuses work very, very well. Sometimes if you
Mm.
don't get a good result or a strong enough result, you can put a few drops with olive oil in a capsule. And that's what I do for sleep at night. So it's more effective sometimes to ingest the oil, and these are perfectly safe. They're grade A, so you can ingest them. The ones you buy in Walmart, you certainly can't. So, there are many ways to get the oil into your bloodstream.
Okay, well, I think that most parents would feel comfortable, just either diffusing or putting it like on, the bandana, which is great, or even maybe a little bit in the masks if the kids Luckily
Oh,
enough
yeah.
for
Oh,
actually going to school, which would be a wonderful
yeah,
thing.
that's a good point.
And I
A
would
drop or two.
imagine even, on their pillows. So
Exactly.
lavender, you said, is like is a generic one for like all kinds of emotional woes.
Yeah, it's like
But
a
what if,
Swiss Army knife. Yeah.
okay, what about for the kid who's having a meltdown? What would you suggest for that?
Well, the lavender again is a Swiss Army knife. If that doesn't work, there's always Roman chamomile is very, very calming. Stress Away is a blend that has many of these oils in them. Peace and Calming has many of these,
Ease and
so
calming. I love the name of
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's amazing. It really calms down even your heartbeat. You'll feel as you're breathing it in, things really start to calm. And sometimes you have to experiment.
And what about for depression? When you're just when you're
Well,
grieving at the loss of school, or even for the moms who are so
yeah,
not only frustrated but actually very sad with the circumstances that they find themselves in during this 2021.
yeah. There's so much going on. And of course, mothers with special needs children have a lot more stress on their plate. And my heart goes out to them. It's interesting because even the citrus oils, even just lemon, would work beautifully to
Really?
uplift. Yeah. It's a very uplifting oil. Even, yeah, so you can try any of the citrus oils and you can blend them. It doesn't have to be one oil. You can do lavender on your pulse points and then breathe in a little bit of lemon. There's no limit. You can use many, many oils. The orange oil is wonderful. The tangerine oil, all of those citrus ones are super.
So that sounds wonderful. So these oils, if you're putting them on your skin, suppose a lot of these kids might have eczema or something like that. Is it safe for them?
That's a good question. I would say dilute it and put it on their feet. They
Now
love foot
dilute it
massage.
in
Yes.
water. I mean, how do they dilute it?
You dilute it in a vegetable oil, coconut oil, any of the
The
oils.
coconut oil, almond
And
oil, even
yeah,
olive
yeah,
oil, right? If you have that at
exactly.
home.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, what about
They,
insomnia? That seems to be an issue for everybody, kids and parents.
yeah,
I know it
definitely.
was for me.
Um, well, I'll tell you, most people have heard of valerian root. Valerian is a very calming, um, uh, herb,
Hmm.
and they make that in an oil. I use that actually. My capsule is valerian root, cedarwood, and lavender in a capsule. And before half hour before bed, I can ingest that
Okay.
safely. I've been doing that for years,
Right,
and
but you're comfortable with that. I know as
that's for
parents, they're not
adults.
comfortable with
But
ingesting, but I
right,
love
but
the
if you're not,
idea of
yeah, well, if
diffusing and massaging.
right,
It sounds
most people
wonderful.
aren't comfortable with ingesting the oils, um, and that's okay.
Hmm.
You really can get a good result. They actually, Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, made a whole kit for children. So
Really?
there's a kit, and it includes sleepies. So it's the oil with the valerian with other oils, and you would put that on your child's feet before bed. And so that's one, and then he's got one uh, that's for digestion and one for boo-boos. There's a tummy jize that's for the upset stomach, and then there's owie and there's sleepies. So it's a whole kit that is just designed for children.
So
But
they're
the
little
adult,
bottles depending on what the
yes,
needs are. Oh, I think
right,
it's fabulous.
yeah, it is. But if you're on a budget, you can certainly um, do the regular oils like lavender or peppermint
Hmm.
and dilute them. That's
Now,
all. Then it's safe to put on the bottle. So you would like maybe half and half.
what is the peppermint for? Because to me,
Oh,
peppermint is
yeah.
very refreshing.
Oh, some people use it instead of coffee. So peppermint wakes your system right up. Also, what's exciting, my chiropractor son, he he I guess he was about 8 or 9, was having trouble in school studying and getting good grades. So he thought of just putting peppermint, a tiny drop, on the inside of his son's hand, right on top. And as he studied or did his homework, he would just sniff the peppermint. Well, the following week, his grades went up. He did so much better on tests. So the peppermint really helped. The focus and the concentration.
Wow.
So peppermint's also a Swiss Army knife, because not only does it help with that, which is terrific, waking up the brain, but it
Absolutely.
also,
I could
yeah,
use that.
yeah, we all can. But it's very good for stomach indigestion, problems. You put a drop in your water,
Mhm.
and all the bloating and gas go down. The peppermints can be used for, even sore muscles,
Ooh,
or
ooh.
aches and pains, that
Well,
kind of
you
thing.
just reminded me, you know, everybody's sitting at their computer on Zoom, whether it's school
Yeah,
or lessons
yeah,
or working from home. So
right.
give us some suggestions, that for maybe, sore backs or sore necks.
Oh yeah, we have a great one for that. But before I go tell you that one, I forgot to mention there's a blend called Brain Power, which has frankincense and peppermint and valor and lemon. So that combination is also great for concentration and focus.
Now,
So it's a
you
good one to
mentioned
try.
frankincense.
Yes.
And frankincense, I mean, that's what, scripture talks about as one
Oh
of the
yeah.
healing oils.
Well, these oils have such a high vibration. I call them God's pharmacy. And the frankincense, it has been used and mentioned in the Bible so many times, because it connects you to spirit and raises your vibration to such a point that you could meditate and pray with it and get amazing results. And the
Mhm.
frankincense is also anti-inflammatory, so it courses all many benefits, really, from just the one oil.
And you
And
said, I didn't mean to cut you off when you were speaking about the brain power oil, but when
that,
you said frankincense, I was like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
wow, that makes it really special. So you said the
yeah,
brain power, so I guess it
yeah,
it helps, whether it's our brains or whether it's our
yeah,
children's brains. I gather
yeah.
it's helping with the focus and the concentration and connecting the dots.
Yeah, they definitely do make a difference. I had no idea when I started using it in massage to pamper my clients that they really did have a therapeutic value. And I forgot to mention the other oil in the children's kit, Genius. So that also has, many oils in it to help with focus. It
So
just gives a confidence to the child, which is
absolutely.
important.
Building confidence is huge and it's so necessary. Can you give us some stories where that it's really produced the results, and that the parents are so grateful? Or,
Oh,
a person,
yeah.
a parent who just needs it for themselves. I know that you mentioned the child and your chiropractor
Yeah.
son.
Right. Yeah, that was remarkable. So, it's funny what gets you hooked to say, hey, these really work. Oh my God. It took
Mhm.
me a while to try different ones and then say, oh, well, it didn't work me putting it on my skin. So I tried just digging in and, using them. Yeah. Well, the brain power is like something we put on our temples every night. As we're aging, sometimes we need a little bit of help. And the oils, being non-toxic and have a very high vibration, they cross the blood-brain barrier, so they get to where you really need it, and that's very important. And yeah, my husband, that's the other thing he was telling me. Uh, he woke up and he needs, the brain power is the one that he just loves. So you'll
Well,
find
I guess
as you try
because he
different
just
ones.
feels so
Yeah,
physically uplifted with that, if it has some of
yeah,
the citrus in it, or also where the stimulation. I mean, I
yeah.
know,
Well, the brain,
yeah,
yeah, well, the brain power has the frankincense, the peppermint, the lemon.
the
So it's
peppermint, yeah,
yeah. So
the
again,
lemon, right. So it's
right.
really working subtly on it's really vibrational medicine, isn't it?
It really is. And the lemon alkalines your system. So you're getting an added bonus, because our systems from our diets usually, especially, children today, don't always eat right. So the lemon a drop or two in water really helps alkaline.
Oh, these oils sound so wonderful, and they've been around for how many years now?
Oh, thousands, yeah, they've mentioned in the Bible. So they were more valuable than gold because of their benefits and power. And there's so many wonderful stories. And that's how the thieves oil came about. The thieves oil we put on our feet every night to boost our immune system.
All right, so you said
And yes,
thieves, as
thieves,
in
thieves.
robbers, thieves?
Yes. And there's a great story that, in ancient times, when there was a plague going around, the grave robbers would steal from the dead, and they knew they wanted to prevent themselves from getting sick. They would gather herbs and put it over their face. And the king found out that they weren't coming down with anything. They were staying healthy. So in order to get their freedom, the
Mhm.
king demanded to know what they were using. And it was through history and time that Gary Young actually found out which plants they were using and put together a thieves blend.
So
And
what
the
is
thing,
in that thieves blend? What is the magic
so
cure for, I guess,
the,
bacteria and viruses?
yeah, well, the magic formula is cinnamon and clove, and also eucalyptus, rosemary, and lemon. And those are really act to boost the immune system, make you very, very strong. So that's why, we just automatically roll it on our feet at night, and we don't get colds, we don't get flu, and we're very blessed, very
Very,
blessed.
very blessed. Boy, you are just an encyclopedia about these oils, and we're so grateful. If you could leave a magical message of hope for parents out there, what would that be?
Well, I would say, um, I would say get a starter kit, or just buy the two Swiss Army knives, the lemon, I mean the peppermint and lavender. Basically, those two can be used for many issues, and you won't be happy to consult free. Any somebody has a question or a concern.
Well, how do people
Be,
get in touch with you? Because you're a
my
world
email,
of information.
yeah. And what I don't know, I research. We have desk references that we research. So just simply email me. My email address is on your site. I'm happy to answer email and phone calls.
Okay, I will put it in the show notes. Marlene Leitman, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Stay warm, and everybody, God bless. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Deb.
You're
Bye.
welcome.